Hi, Joey here. Today we're going to have a quick little workout that's both yin and yang. Yoga is a perfect exercise to help balance, and that's what yin and yang is all about. So yin postures are more about holding, they're passive, they get into deep connective tissue and joints, whereas the yang postures are more about building strength, stamina, and flexibility. So let's get going. Okay, starting on your hands and knees. The cat-cow is really one of the perfect exercises that is a balance of yin and yang. So let's exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, drop the tail, pull the belly in. Curl the toes under and inhale. Hollow out the lower back, lift the tail to your third eye. Exhale as you flatten your lower back, but round it up into cat. Tuck your chin. And inhale, hollow out your lower back, lift your tail. Lifting your chin, belly, and come into neutral. Keep your toes curled under. Lift your knees off the floor. So now we're going to switch into more yang, strength, stamina. So holding your knees 2 inches off the floor, extend your right leg out behind you. You can feel the body becoming more energized. It starts to build heat. Bring that right leg in, extend the left leg out. And bring it back. Let's take your right leg out one more time. Come on up into a three-legged dog. Let your head relax between your arms and come back into your knees, a couple of inches off the floor. Place the right foot down, lift the left up, and come on up into a three-legged dog. Let the weight of your head stretch out your cervical vertebra. And let's come back, bringing the left foot down, and now lower both knees. Take your knees as wide as your mat. Flatten the tops of your feet. Bring your big toes together. And let's come down into our modified child's pose. Releasing your torso between your thighs and your forehead onto your mat. And just breathe. So this, of course, becomes our passive yin, working deep into the hips, letting go. Inhale, come on up, bring your knees together, curl your toes under, lift your hips up. Allow your ears to float between your biceps. Pedal your feet, slowly walking your dog, warming up the hips, stretching out the backs of the legs, especially your Achilles tendons and your calf muscles. And then walk your feet towards your hands. Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Tuck your chin, slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Now, sun salutations are a complete form of exercise. They can be done both yin, very slow, or yang. We're going to go for the yang aspect. Okay, so come on up to the front of your mats. Inhale, in place. Exhale, hands in prayer. Feet apart, reach up, look up and arc back. Inhale, bring your feet back together. Lift up out of your waist. Reach forward. Uttanasana. Step your right leg back, drop your knee to the mat, bring your hands onto your left knee, and lift that back knee off the floor. Sweep the arms up into a high crescent lunge. Turn your hands forward, spread your fingers apart, bring them onto the mat, take your other leg back, come on into your push-up or plank position. Once again, lift your right leg off the floor, breathe, back down, other leg, up. So we're going for the yang aspect. Release your knees, Flatten the tops of your feet. Keep your hands where they are. Take your buttocks back towards your heels, and then release your forearms and elbows. Keep your bum in the air, chest and chin onto the floor. Slide on through. Come on up into baby cobra. Feel your lower back muscles firing. One more inhale. Exhale, come on down. Curl the toes under. Lift the hips up. Walk your feet a few inches forward. Press your sits bones towards the back wall. And now press your heels towards the floor. Right leg comes up. Look at your right hand. Swing that foot as far forward as you can. Other leg forward. Let your heads hang. Feel the stretch in the backs of your legs. Now, pull your bellies in to protect your lower back. Bring your arms beside your ears and activate your thigh muscles. Inhale, sweep the arms up, feet apart for balance. Reach up, look up, arc back. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, palms together. Exhale, hands in prayer. So you can feel the heat building. You can feel your cardio system at work. Let's do one more round. Inhale, exhale, hands in prayer. Feet apart, reach up, look up. So this is the yang version of Surya Namaskar. You can do it yin by slowing it all down. Reach up, feet together, exhale, forward fold, fingertips to the floor. Step your left leg back. Bring your hands onto your front right thigh. Lift the back knee off the floor, sweeping the arms up. Be sure you're pressing into your back heel. This is the anchor of your posture. Turn your hands forward, spread your fingers apart. Take that front leg back. Come on into your push-up plank position. Lift your left leg off the floor and bring your left knee towards your left elbow. And back and down. Lift your right leg off the floor. Bring your right knee towards your right elbow. Take it back and down. Release your knees. Flatten the tops of your feet. Take your buttocks way back. Keep your hands where they are. Slowly come forward. And then release your chest and your chin onto the floor. Slide everything out behind you. Forehead on the mat. Roll an invisible alley with your nose to lengthen your neck. On an inhale, lift your head, neck, shoulders off the floor into baby cobra. If your back feels healthy enough, press up into the fuller expression or stay with baby. Curl the toes under and lift the hips up. Walk your feet a few inches forward, bend your knees, press your belly onto your thighs, lengthen your spine, and then lower your heels. Feel the stretch in the backs of your legs. Lift your left leg up in the air, and then look at your left hand. Swing that foot forward, other leg forward, standing forward bend. Engage your thighs, pull your bellies in, bring your arms next to your ears. Inhale, sweep up, feet apart for balance. Reach up, look up, arc back. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, up, hands in prayer. And that will do. Okay, so let's now, at the front of your mat, let's take the left leg back about 3.5 feet. Line up your heel with the arch of your back foot. Bend your front knee. Make sure your knee is pointing towards the back of your mat and that the outside of your foot is pressing into the floor as well. Virabhadrasana 2. Arms up, shoulder height. Fix your gaze over your front fingertips. Now bring your front forearm onto your front thigh. Take that back arm, sweep it around, down, and over your head, opening up into Parsvottanasana. Breathing, stretching, active. Bring the arms straight up, straighten your front leg, transition into triangle. Trikonasana, developing strength, stamina, flexibility. Lower that top arm onto your back thigh. Now this is where you may wish to have a prop, like a block, or take your fingertips to the floor. Why don't you start here and see if you can make that. Come on up into Ardha Chandrasana. Crescent. Step back into triangle pose, reaching up Inhale, come on into the center, forward fold. Hands in the center, walk your hands over to the left. Please relax your neck, let your head hang. Walk your hands over to the right. And release, come back to center, bend your knees, slowly roll up. Let's do warrior two on the other side. Lower your shoulders, lift up at your sternum, look at your back arm, lower your forearm onto your front thigh, and then take your back arm down, around, and over your head. Reaching, stretching, active, fingers alive. Now, bring your top arm straight up, straighten your front leg, coming into Trikonasana. Reaching, stretching, and looking up. And then lower that arm onto your hip, bend your front leg, transfer your weight. Fingertips tented on the floor, lift your back leg, lift your top arm. Crescent moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Step back into triangle. Inhale, come on up. Bring your feet together. Bend your knees. Come on into your chair pose. Very yang. So nothing is completely yin and nothing is completely yang, although this posture is more yang than yin because it's strengthening. If you hold it, it makes it more yin. But it also balances the yang. If we're too yang, there's not enough yin. So when you pay attention to this aspect of your being, you can find your way back to balance. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, coming part way up. Exhale, bend your knees once again, and let's bring the right elbow, I'll do the mirror. Bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Bring your hands together into prayer, twisting. Any kind of twist for the torso is absolutely awesome for digestion as well as keeping your spine flexible, supple, and youthful. And releasing. Flatten your back, tabletop, bring your hands onto your front shins. Exhale, bend your knees, and let's bring the opposite arm to the other side. So we're doing this on the opposite side, twisting, breathing, and releasing. Let's take one more chair pose, and then we'll move into a yin posture. So when you're in chair pose, be sure that your toes are in front of your knees, so your weight is in the back of your foot. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale into prayer. Okay, one of the great seated postures, and here's where we're going to use a bolster. So if you can find even a cushion from your couch, anything at all will work. Now, lift yourself up from behind so that you're sitting nice and tall on your sits bones and flex your feet a lot. So this is pretty much a standard round bolster. There are square ones. So you're going to inhale, sweep up, feet are flexed. Now, lead with your hearts. Exhale, forward, over, whatever it is you're going to use for added height to just hang out. So I could stack my fists. I could put a block on top of this, or stack my fists and rest my forehead. So in yin yoga, we become more passive. We go inward, quiet. And this is working the inner, deep, connective tissue, muscles, and there's a holding. There's a stillness, there's a quietness, but there's lots going on. It's just not obvious because it's inward. Whereas yang is outward. We see what's going on. Two more breaths here. Maybe you can lower a little bit longer on your exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then walk your hands on your prop. Set it aside. You won't need that one again. Come on over. This is where you have two choices. If you have a chair that you can rest your lower legs on, so pretend there's the seat of a chair and this part of your leg is resting on the chair. I'm going to do up against the wall, Viparita Karani, and I'm using a cushion, so you don't need anything too large here. So either the chair or legs up the wall. Take your buttocks as close to the wall as you can. Lift the legs up. Oh, I want my strap too. If you have a strap handy, a belt or a scarf are useful. You want your tailbone just to hang lightly over the edge of whatever it is you've got under your sacrum. The belt is, now normally I would use the buckle, but just for expediency, I'm going to tie a little knot. And you can do the same. Because basically all you want to be able to do here is to fully let go and allow the yin aspect of being passive lets the valves in the legs, allows the blood to flow back. The valves are opened due to gravity. The blood is flowing back towards the kidneys, the liver, and eventually to the heart. If you were to elevate your arms, you would have the same effect, allowing the blood in the hands, the wrists, the forearms, the elbows to flow back towards the heart, the liver, and the kidneys. So this is the classic yin pose. Legs up the wall, legs on the chair, cushion under sacrum, your tailbone just hanging off the edge. Obviously, eyes are closed. Completely letting go. This is an assist for the body to remain in homeostasis. This is what the body does naturally. It doesn't mind a little bit of help, and it works through all the adversity that is presented. But if we can give it help, the process, the healing, the balancing, and the restoring of body, mind, and spirit is deepened. So nothing is completely yin or yang, but as the symbol appears with the black and the white semicircles, we want balance. Not too much yin, not too much yang, equal halves, creating a peaceful wholeness. And this is for your ultimate wellness. Stay in this posture for as long as you like. The longer you stay yin, the greater the benefits of restoring and balancing body, mind, and spirit. This is a tune-up. that you can come back to often to balance the yin and your yang. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. Namaste right here, right now. Peace out.